All right. All right, we're back. Okay, so I started alive, but then I had to abruptly transition into mommy mode. My babies are home today, during the day because it's hair day. I don't even know why I let my son grow his hair out because it's not even something that I'm even enjoying anymore at this point. So, if you know anybody in Raleigh that do hair, it may have to braid. We might need to just go ahead and start that up. Or Rocky Mountain, that might actually be closer. But anywho, they're home, so I had to pause and figure out what was going on in there. It's a boy and a girl, so I don't expect them to get along all of the time. But anyways, we are back at it. Again, we have our Me First Friday to celebrate. If you are here watching the replays, hey girl, I'm so proud of everyone who is tapping in, whether it be Instagram, Facebook. Hey! So I'm really excited to be able to finally make it right through the week. We just wrapped up our first SenterME Spirit Week. I think I like that, even though we do it every week. But this was our first one, so it was a little special. And so we had Monday meditation. We had Talk That Talk Tuesday. Well, let me back up. So on Monday meditation, we were able to explore meditation. I did a guided meditation with everyone that joined, and we had a great period of time where we were just opening up the body, relaxing the body, and just really taking time to notice the body, which is what our goal is here at SenterME, is really helping you to improve emotional wellness by way of self-awareness. And so that Monday meditation is always super relaxing, super just intentional, open, high vibrational, and I just absolutely love doing it. I love guided meditation, um, giving guided meditation. I prefer silent meditation for myself, but I absolutely love helping people to get into meditation for sure. Um, Talk That Talk Tuesday. This is us helping you to cultivate and build a self love language for yourself. Talk That Talk to articulate with love and knowing. This is being able to really change your mindset, change your self love vision, change your self love environment by way of utilizing the power of your voice. So, if you are very much interested in learning how to speak a self love language, develop one, definitely tune in on Talk That Talk Tuesdays because we're going to be giving you a lot of tips on how to do that. And then also, I'm sorry. Okay. I had a phone call come through. What is going on? Why doesn't the universe want me to be great today? I'm just trying to be great today, God. So, okay. All right. So let's get back into it. Let's see here. I think. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna have to start over on live. It's cool. It's cool. This is the third time. We still running on Facebook, but this is the third time I've had to start over my Instagram feed, my Instagram stream, and it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna keep it rolling. We'll keep it rolling. So, um, anywho, let's just hop right into Me First Friday because I have explained every single day of the week twice, and I'm just ready to get to this good old self love talk. You hear me? So, on Me First Friday, we focus on self preservation. Self preservation. Our topic today is why the body keeps the score. We have an entire curriculum at SenterME based on self-preservation. This is where we focus on stress management the most. And we do that by really helping you to learn more information about how stress impacts the body from a literally from a skeletal, muscular, hormonal, nervous system level. And so we have a wealth of information as it relates to self-preservation and being able to manage stress on a very high level. And the reason why we approach it self-preservation from a level from the way of just understanding stress first is because this is going to really help to satisfy that why. Because I can tell you all day long that um, deep breathing and mindfulness and, proper ingestion, the way that you are strategic about your energy output is all going to be helpful and for emotional wellness and self-preservation and self-love and all of the things. I can tell you those things. I can give you tips and tools all day long. But what is going to actually help it stick is satisfying that why, that question of why that we really don't ever ask because we want to know the what and we think that that's all that we need. But the why is what really helps to bury that root deep down inside. So whenever you're trying to make a change, whenever you are trying to, transform your life, especially from when it comes to from within, then that why is very, 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 very important. It's very essential. And so when it comes to self-preservation, I always lead with the why. We know that stress kills. We know that stress on the body has a number of negative impact and negative consequences, negative symptoms. And so understanding why the body is always keeping the score, I feel like it's just a really great way to kick off our Me First Friday. Me First Friday is just about how we are putting ourselves first, being able to meet our needs first, being able to utilize as many no's as possible because we are aware of how very expensive our yeses are, and being able to stand in the knowing of who we are, grounded in the knowing of who we are, right? And so the body is keeping the score. What do I mean by that? Well, our mind is the only part of the body that can exist in the past or try to exist in the future, right? And that's how you get, anxiety, like when you're worrying or when you are deeply saddened or trapped in past, circumstances, situations, or events, experiences. The mind can be in other places. However, the rest of the body can only exist in real time in the now moment. And so, because the mind is the thinking part of the body, thoughts can trigger emotions. Emotions are felt in the body. Emotions in the body can also trigger thoughts. And so, let's just look at it from the way of we'll do it both ways. So if the thought is triggering the emotions, then we are thinking, I'm just going to throw something out there. I'm sitting down right now, but I'm thinking about uh how depressed I used to be and how badly I um you know, just did not take care of myself, and how badly I really wanted people that were incapable of loving me the way that I wanted to be loved to love me the way that I wanted to be loved. Just drowning myself into these really negative thoughts, these prevention questions that just don't have answers that would even be satisfying to me. And the prevention questions are just re-triggering, these thoughts and emotions inside of me. And so these thoughts, oh my gosh, why did I let myself go? Oh my gosh, why did I sit there and just, allow people to treat me the way that I did? Or, oh my gosh, why did they think it was okay to treat me that way? Like, these thoughts are now triggering these emotions of sadness and depression and frustration and, all these negative, low vibrational emotions in my body that is experiencing it right now. And these emotions can put stress on the body. And so because of that, my body is actually experiencing a real-time stressful event when my mind is actually in the past. So your body is now, it's doing what it's supposed to do, right? It's experiencing all these emotions, and now because you're in the past, you're not in the present right now with yourself and with the rest of your body. Your consciousness is in the past. How are you going to be aware that these emotions that you are experiencing right now in real time need to be expressed at some point? If you think that, if you're thinking them, if you're just thinking the emotions, but your body, the rest of your body is experiencing them, when are you going to be present enough to realize that all of the emotions that you just experienced, that your body just had the experience of, have not flowed, that they have not been able to flow through you? So when are you going to realize that they need to be expressed? When are you going to take the time to keep it real, reflect, express, accept, let go, so that they're actually flowing through you? You don't. You don't. And because of that, now you have these emotions sitting inside of you. Now your body is experiencing these emotions being triggered through it on a very regular basis. I remember when I first started to train myself and condition myself to be more aware of my thoughts and not actually be in my thoughts. I noticed how very repetitive my thinking was, and I noticed the overall theme and energy and tone of my thoughts. And it was something that I knew had to change, because I was always sending myself into these very depressive episodes by way of just thinking about things in the past. And we haven't even talked about what worry can do. What about worry? About things that have not even happened yet, or things that we think are going to happen, or things that we assume are going to happen. The future is a whole nother daisy. So never forget that just because the mind can go to the past or to the future doesn't mean that the body is not experiencing them again and again and again and again. So every time you have these thoughts that are triggering these emotions, you are putting your body through these stressful events over and over and over. And that's just one example, right? So let's flip it. Your emotions can trigger thoughts. Well, they're in there now. Right? They're in there now. These are emotions. We can't have emotions that have been sitting inside of the body for years, decades. And they trigger thoughts. They do a lot of things when they're trapped inside. These suppressed emotions can do a lot, actually. But we're just, for the sake of today's topic, we're going to talk about how they trigger thoughts. So if we already know that negative thoughts can trigger low vibrational energy, low vibrational emotions, because that's, energy and emotions, tomato. Then what do you think, what type of thoughts these types of emotions in the body are going to produce? Negative thoughts. It's like they fuel each other, right? And think about it like this. Everything that is living, everything that is alive, which means everything that is of energy, it desires to continue to live. All right? Something bad doesn't, or not bad, something negative or low vibrational doesn't think, oh, I'm low vibrational, I'm just going to go away because I'm not really helping. No, that's not how energy works. Energy wants to thrive. Energy wants to live, right? And so when we are not able to catch this very toxic cycle of thoughts triggering emotions, emotions triggering thoughts. I mean, and when I say toxic cycle, I mean it in a negative way, like these negative thoughts triggering these low vibrational energy and emotions in the body. If we don't catch that, if we don't catch that cycle, then we are going to be trapped in these. We're going to risk one, our mood being altered. If we don't catch it in a long enough time, then after a few weeks, then our temperament is altered. If we don't catch it after a few weeks, now our personality, a few months, our personality, a few years, our personality has been altered. We are now existing through our emotions and not our emotions existing through us. And so when we talk about emotional wellness and self-preservation, the reason why I went through talking about how the body keeps the score and how it exists in real time is because all of these emotions, especially the ones that are putting a lot of stress on the body, these negative emotions, even emotions that we trap and suppress are typically the ones that don't feel good because we're afraid of how long it's going to last. We're afraid of how deep it's going to hurt. We're afraid of how painful it is. And so we try to suppress it to keep from expressing it and accepting it and allowing it to teach us what it's supposed to teach us and then letting go. That's how you keep it real. But instead, we trap and suppress them. And because this is an unnatural response to yourself, because your emotions are a part of you, they are a part of your design. This is an unnatural response to yourself. Then it's going to have an unnatural reaction to the body. And what I mean by unnatural, I mean you're going to experience discomfort. You're going to experience disease, right? And so these difficult emotions can have, and these suppressed emotions can have a not only a mental and emotional impact on you, but also a very physical impact on the body. And so it is very much important that when we are aligning ourselves with self-preservation, that is the preservation of energy, the preservation of life, we are being mindful about how we are allowing our emotions to flow easily through us. We are being mindful about the types of thoughts that we are giving our energy to. We are being mindful about the people that we are giving our energy to. We are being mindful about the way that we are responding to ourselves. Because the more energy you feed whatever it is, whether it be positive or negative energy, whatever it is that you put that energy into, that is what you're going to give life to. That is what is going to grow. That is what's going to be your reality. And so when we are aligning ourselves with self-preservation, we're being very strategic about our energy output. And so when we know what we know about the body keeping the score, what we know about how our thoughts trigger emotions and our emotions trigger thoughts could help empower us to make better decisions about how we preserve our energy, how we are aligning ourselves with our highest good, and how we are expanding in self-love. And so when we are not giving energy to that which stresses the body, i.e. raises your heart, increases your heart rate, increases your stress hormone, cortisol hormones in the blood, whatever it is that is throwing off your body's natural alarm system, which we talked about yesterday, when we're not giving that energy, then we are recalibrating and we are continuing to exist in a balanced state of being. We are rebalancing, we are realigning, and we are helping ourselves to expand. That is your design. Your design is not to be restricted. You are literally designed for expansion. And so when we are regulating ourselves on a high level like this, where we are being very mindful of our energy, our thoughts, and using that that knowing and that knowledge of self, that knowledge of our design to expand. To preserve our energy, then we are going to expand. And so self-preservation is about, being able to navigate stress with ease. It's about being able to be strategic again, but with your energy output. It is being aware, self-aware. And that is what I wanted to share today as it relates to Me First Friday. Putting yourself first is just bigger than being able to maintain, and enforce boundaries with other people. It's about how you maintain and enforce those boundaries within yourself. Those negative thoughts start creeping around, and you just got to be like, hey, no. There was an emotional wellness and stress relief tip that I gave a few months ago when I talked about how, and I say this all the time. The relationships that we have with other people is a direct reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. Our self relationship is the standard. And so if we are having issues setting boundaries with other people, it's because we are having issues with setting boundaries with ourselves. And so these thoughts, just start paying attention to them. Start paying attention to them. And then when you start becoming the awareness, because that is who you are. You're not your thoughts. You are not your mind. You are the awareness of it. You are the creator. You are in control. So don't think for a second that you don't have the ability to control what's going on up here, because you can and you will, as long as you continue to exercise your muscle to do that, right? And so that's what I have for today when it comes to Me First Friday. I hope that you receive something from this, sis, because, self-preservation is self-love. It is self-love. And when we are able to align ourselves with self-preservation, and we understand that the body is always keeping the score, we understand that our emotions can trigger thoughts, our thoughts can trigger emotions, and whether or not our mind is in the past or in the future, our body is always grounded right here in the present. We can use this information to empower ourselves to make decisions that are going to allow us to do what we are here to naturally do, and that is expand in the way that we love ourselves, so that we can expand in the way that we love everyone around us. We can expand in patience, we can expand in kindness, we can expand in all these things, as long as we are able to do that and show that for ourselves, right? So I think that the How to Keep It Real guide would be a really good starting point when it comes to self-preservation. There will be a self-preservation guide coming, but the How to Keep It Real guide, it's free. If you subscribe to SenterME.com, you can get that. This is a quick read over the weekend, and really start getting more familiar with what our Keep It Real process looks like, because I'm going to be speaking to the Keep It Real process a lot. And so just having that, fundamental knowledge of what we're talking about here at SenterME, our Keep It Real guide, a practical guide to living emotionally well, I highly recommend. Like I said, it's a quick read, and it'll help you to get that foundation of how to keep it real, reflecting, expressing, accepting, letting go. And tonight at 7, we have and every Friday night, we have our Keep It Real journaling sessions, which I'm spicing things up tonight. We usually do the first half, light coaching, and then the second half, we turn on the SenterMe Vibes playlist, and we have a journal prompt, and we journal together. At the end, last 5 minutes or so, I'll either share something from my journal, or someone in the group will share from their journal. It's not, a requirement or anything, but I'm gonna mix it up tonight. I think that the teacher in me wants to do something a little bit more spicy tonight for me, in light of Me First Friday. I know that in all of my classes, all of my workshops, we do games. I'm just into the games. Again, the why is what I know helps to make it stick. And when you're playing games and when you're speaking to the why, these are all elements that really help the learning process just become so ingrained and just so much more powerful for our participants, our attendees, our guests. And so, yeah, so tonight we're going to be talking about why stillness is the seat of your self awareness. And so we're going to be we're going to do some light coaching around that, but I'm going to do an activity with the group tonight. So hopefully I'll see you there. If you haven't gotten your tickets, they're $10. Go to SenterME.com, get your ticket, share with your friends, make sure that everyone is there because, sis, listen, our emotional wellness is literally the foundation to our mental and physical health. It is what drives our ability to see more, literally, figuratively, see more for ourselves. And so, having a resource like SenterMe is something that I wish I had, when I first started my self-love journey. And so I saw that need. I wanted to be able to do what I can to help in satisfying that need for other women who are always busy showing up for everyone in their household, their organizations, their communities, and seldom get the opportunity to show up for themselves. And so at SenterMe, we teach you these really creative ways to enhance the quality of your life by experiencing greater daily fulfillment, just practicing self love as frequently as we possibly can. And it's possible. You don't have to wait to vacation. You don't have to wait to the weekend. You don't have to wait at all. You can show up and create space, create time for yourself because that is how powerful you are. That is how powerful you are. And so that's what we're going to be doing tonight. And our class, our SenterMe Talk That Talk class, it actually is next Thursday. I thought it was next Saturday. If I'm not mistaken, it's next Thursday. So I was looking through our calendar this morning, and there might be a mix-up, but make sure that you're subscribed to SenterMe.com. We send out a weekly newsletter every Sunday, so we'll definitely or go to the website, upcoming events. It's listed. It's listed. I stay ready, so whatever day it is, I'm gonna be ready, sis. Talk that talk. And I created these curriculums from a space of love. And, I'm silly. And so there are games, there are activities, there's self-assessments. And so we're going to have a fun time. You're going to learn so much about how to build your self-love language and the core value at three core values at SenterMe is to always be creative, always be intentional, and always hold the highest integrity. So whatever we say that you are going to experience, we work very hard to make sure that is exactly what you get. So, coming to our Keep It Real journaling sessions, our monthly classes, tuning in to our lives every single day, whether it be meditation Monday, Talk That Talk Tuesday, self-awareness Wednesday, thriving Thursday, or me first Friday. Sis, I can promise you that over a period of time, whether it be a week or a month, you are going to, and if you are practicing, you're going to see change in your life. You're going to see change. And in those times where you fall, and those times where, things are getting really hard, you have a community to fall back on. You have a community. You have a self-love coach. And so these are the times where your self-love practice really shines. In those times where, externally things are hard or internally things are difficult, because you are practicing, because you are finding yourself tapped in to a self-love resource every single week, every day, every month, you are going to see how this is your benefit when you begin, whenever you are approached with a difficult situation, whenever you are met with turbulence, you are going to see how very beneficial it is to have a resource like SenterMe in those moments, especially. In the meantime, you're going to be having so much fun pouring into yourself. I can't even explain to you how incredible the feeling is to know I did that for me. I was just telling in light of Me First Friday, I was telling a friend of mine the other day, my mama, I believe, I don't go to the gym to lose weight. I don't go to the gym to feel any type of external pleasure. I go to the gym for the way I feel when I walk out because I know I did that for me. Because I know that this is about having that mind body alignment. Because I want my spirit, my mind, and my body to be in alignment. And so when I leave, I know that when I was in there, I was putting in the work for me. I'm doing this for discipline. And so I say that to say, whenever we are practicing self love, it's going to evolve into so many different beautiful, just think of it like a tree, really. And when you come into Center Me, we are nourishing and replenishing your roots. We're, digging up weeds. We're digging up these self-limiting belief systems, and we're digging up all of these toxic behaviors and patterns, and we're helping to nourish and really help you get grounded in who you are, so that as you continue to grow in your practice, there are going to be areas in your life that you are going to focus on this season, this season, this season, and as you continue to focus on different areas that are important to you, whether it be boundaries, whether it be the way that you talk to yourself, whether it be the way that you navigate stress, whether it be the way that you respond to yourself in the state of fear, whether it be how you want to see yourself, your vision, your self-love vision, you are going to have the support necessary to see to it that you are making the progress that you desire, that you are aligning yourself with authenticity, self-compassion, and transformative growth to enhance the quality of your life. Center Me is dedicated to driving women's wellness forward by way of self-love. And it is just a mission, a personal mission of my own, that we start seeing self-love in healthcare, education, rehabilitation, because knowing more about your design, that's how in my mind, in my belief, when you love yourself, you're curious as to what makes you tick. You're curious as to your design. You want to learn how to take care of it. You want to learn more about it. And that's ultimately the best way that you can say thank you to God. It's just being very curious and very interested in the different ways that you can learn to love yourself just the way that you are. How can you take what you know, learn and deepen that trust with yourself, so that you can really see all of the possibilities for yourself to expand and to experience and to express and to evolve in this life, you know. And so, Me First Friday. Me First Friday. All right. So, but I'm gonna let you all go. I really appreciate you for just being interested. Honestly, just being interested, sis. But definitely head over to SenterME.com. Learn more about how we can support you on your self-love journey. Learn more about how we can support you in accessing optimal emotional wellness and stress relief. Um, and hopefully I'll see you tonight at our Keep It Real journaling session. I'm sending you so much love, so much peace, and so much light, sis. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend on purpose.